All right, everybody, ding, ding, ding. That's what I'm talking about. We are back, and once again, we are back. This is Ringside Presents Corner Confessions, and I am here with part 2 of my interview with none other than Yoni Whisperer. This man is well known. This man has a dope reputation. His reputation precedes him, and he has graciously decided to grant me a second interview. The first interview has done so well, it's racking up a lot of views on my channel. The folks are tuning in. The things you had to say, we received some comments, and people really thought your information was insightful and apparently applicable, because some people have said that they viewed the video more than a few times. So the gems and wisdom you were dropping has certainly helped. Yoni Whisperer, thank you again. Welcome back to the ring.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back.
So I met you, I think, yeah, you and I actually met. For the people out there who didn't catch everything from the first interview, you and I met, I believe, in it was either 2019 or 2020 for the Kinked Up ATL event. I forgot which year.
2020.
2020. Early, yes, for everybody, this was early 2020.
Right.
This is right before Corona. And we met at a Kinked Up ATL event, and I saw this man do some things to women that I thought were supernatural. And it wasn't an act, because these women were really wet. These women were really spouting, and no, you can't fake that. Well, I saw some things, I saw some trembling, and it looked like these women were at church and caught the Holy Ghost. But I certainly saw Niagara Falls, and I'm like, yeah, you can't fake that. So this gentleman certainly has talents. This man is an expert. He is a black belt in the Tantric lifestyle. I think the first video you gave with me, it was about just kind of an intro into Tantric Sex. Just really wanted to cover topical understanding and information for people who are completely vanilla and completely brand new, what Tantric Sex is and exactly its application, the benefits, so on and so forth. So I really wanted to take this opportunity to dive a little deeper, do a part 2, a dope sequel about Tantric Sex, but also, in addition to Tantric Sex, the Tantric lifestyle and what Tantric relationships actually look like, because this channel is devoted to, dating, relationships, so on and so forth. So when you're not with a woman, you're not, making her tremble and making her, squirt and whatnot, that doesn't mean that the Tantric lifestyle is over with. True. Doesn't mean that, okay, you're going about your regular lives and whatever the case may be. So kind of briefly talk about what exactly does a Tantric relationship look like, and what is it, how is it, compare and contrast, a vanilla relationship or anything like that. So a typical day in the life of you, and I don't know if it's one other person or multiple people, but what do Tantric relationships actually look like?
Well, first you would have to just get an understanding of the baseline of what Tantra is. It's a healing lifestyle, and it's an enlightening lifestyle. So in a relationship, what it would look like, it would be two people understanding that they are on a healing journey. That it's not even just self-healing, because it's a life of transference of energy. So whoever they're coming in contact with, whether they're practitioners living a Tantric lifestyle or just a regular couple living a Tantric lifestyle, wherever they come in contact with through transference of energy, healing will begin, because the other person that's in the presence of Tantric people will begin to purge unwanted energy or negative energy. They will gravitate towards these types of people because that type of energy is magnetic. It's just unfortunate that healing is a process that people will have to go through in their own time. Sometimes it can be overwhelming to be in the presence of somebody with that much energy, you know, that's making another person release that much energy. It can come out in tears or sweat or anxiety or, you know, anxiousness. You know, it's just it's a process that everybody needs to go through, and the sooner people find an avenue to release that energy or find some healing, it doesn't have to be Tantra. It could be anything that helps you release. That process will begin, and you'll release unwanted energy or energy that doesn't belong to you, to make space for energy that you require to thrive. You know.
Now, you know, obviously people can Google this, but you've been doing this a long time. What are kind of the foundational roots of Tantra? Is it steeped in Buddhism? Is it Hinduism? Is it both? Or, you know,
it's Sanskrit culture. It's Tantra and yoga are like cousins.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So it's
all in the family.
It's all in the family. It's all in the family, and you know, I'm actually beginning a tantric fitness course, whereas I'm actually starting to train men to develop their bodies and their energy, their physical energy towards better sex. Because with certain workouts, it helps, it benefits you to do a certain workout for basketball, for football, for boxing. There are certain workouts you can do that can help benefit you towards sex, for sexual positioning,
and positioning, conditioning.
Yes.
You know, just
yeah, and
getting you right.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. It's going to be exciting. You know, just, you know, doing certain workouts that'll help build up those extra abs that you need. You know, in order to please your woman's clitoris.
Ooh,
because
nice.
You know, when she's in a certain position, if she's riding you, in between your lingam and your belly button, you have about 4 abs that could develop. If you develop those last 2 abs, it'll create a crease from your lingam to those last 2 abs that the clit fits comfortably into. While she's surfboarding you, the clit is being stimulated, you know. But without those abs, without that pouch right there, you know what I mean. And there are certain workouts I can help you do in order to create, you know, that definition that you need to get. You know, it's just little things like that I've discovered mixing in my fitness and my tantric lifestyle. It's really exciting. There's so many different things we can do.
Okay, all right. Hashtag surfboard.
Surfboard.
I ain't mad at that. You're gonna have those people who are straight up vanilla, like straight up missionary with the lights on, boom, that's it. You know, 20, 30 years of marriage, that's the normal sexual template.
Yeah.
So for some people, you know, who may not, I guess, be as open or whatnot, when they think of Tantra, go for it. We are definitely 420 friendly here in Ringside. And speaking of Ringside, if you're out there, I'll describe, if you can, make sure you like this video. Make sure you drop some comments. And most importantly, and I can't stress enough, make sure you subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, make sure you go to the search bar, type in Ringside LLC, and request to join the private Facebook group. Either myself or one of the admins will admit you. And again, yes, we are 420 friendly. We are all about it. Definitely legalize it. So for the people out there, you know, there are some people who, they conflate Tantra, Tantric Sex with like Kamasutra, or they feel like it's all interchangeable. They feel like, you know, you say one thing, you definitely talk about the other. You talk about, I actually had someone say this when I talked about Tantra. They're like, oh, is that thing with the weird positions? Or is that thing where you, and I'm like, no, not really. You may want to, you know, it's hard for me to explain because again, you know, you have the background and expertise. So for the people out there who have failed to Google the difference between Tantra, Tantric Sex versus Kamasutra, what would you say to them if you had to make a distinction?
Okay, I'll put it in fitness terms.
Good.
Kama Sutra is like the CrossFit of sex.
Mm-hmm.
It incorporates multiple positions from multiple different types of sex culture. Tantric positions are in that list of Kama Sutra positions. You also have some Taoism. Taoism is a teacher of sexual reflexology. Some of those positions are in that list for Kama Sutra sexual positions. So Kama Sutra just is basically embodying all of the research we've done, all right. So a lot of the information we're getting is from Western research on sex, and that's colonial. And unfortunately, colonial's perception of sex
It seems like it's diluted.
Was immature.
Okay.
While other nations or other nationalities' perceptions of sex was matured. It was dealing in sexual healing and trigger points, and when you look into Sanskrit culture and African culture and things like this, the sex wasn't the way that it was portrayed in the 40s and 50s here. Whereas if a woman had an orgasm, she had some kind of a disease, I mean,
orgasm equal to disease?
It was something physically and maybe mentally wrong with this woman if she had an orgasm.
Oh my!
They were doing things to target the clitoris because the way that it made the woman react. And men were in charge of the perception of sex because the perception of sex had to be male pleasing. So there was no education on female pleasure. So I would say the majority, but I'm going to go farther and say that almost all sexual relationships were filled with unsatisfied women.
That's a shame. That's I don't like to hear that. I don't like
But and deeper than that, unsatisfied women having to lie to their lover because they're taught to please men. So now the man is thinking, he's doing what he's doing right by only wanting to get his nut. That's the way it's supposed to be. And the woman's thinking that sex means that if he gets his nut, we had sex, and she's not supposed to have a climax. But backwards thinking for so many years, and then science and research discovered that it's healthy for a woman to orgasm, and it drains a man when he orgasms. So we were living complete backwards way.
You can say that. That's a word.
Backwards and opposite. Backwards it.
We're gonna make it a word today.
Yeah. So. I forget what your question was, which led me to that part. But
well, originally I was asking the distinction between Kama Sutra and Tantra.
Right.
And
so that's the distinction.
But that's to hear more and more about that. When I hear about, well, first and foremost, ladies, get your nut, okay? Ladies, fellas, you have to prioritize your woman's orgasm. It can't be all about us. It can't be just as soon as I'm done. Like, no, it ain't over till you both come. And we normalize that, and that's because when it's all said and done, that's not a good assessment. That's not a good evaluation of sex life.
You said it's not over till we both come.
Right.
As you get older, you're supposed to come less and less.
Now you make me worried about getting older.
I'm in my 40s. I just turned 49. So now, until I'm 50, I'm only supposed to orgasm maybe 4 times a month.
You said only 4 times a month?
Only 4 times. And I'm a sexpert. I love having sex. That doesn't mean I can't have sex. This means I hold my seed. I'm supposed to hold my seed and release it in certain times. And you're asking how tantric sex plays a part in a sexual relationship. Well, tantric lifestyle plays a part in a sexual relationship, and this is how. You begin to learn how to do manifestation sex, you know, and transference of energy sex. And for the man, if he is holding his seed and not orgasming too much in that month, he will maximize his energy level. He will maximize his strength. He will maximize his focus. And also, it's like the fountain of youth, especially if you're retaining your semen. You know, it's really like the fountain of youth because you're building up life force in your scrotum.
It is a lot, you know, let me say this, because I've said this before, when I've gone days and weeks without one, I'm like, I really do feel built up. I feel like I got something in me that needs to erupt. And sometimes it does manifest in harder workouts or, you know, I move, I'm just like, okay, I got something in me that needs to get out. I do feel energy. First and foremost, in addition to being a Yoni Whisperer and a Sexpert, I'm letting my subscribers know this man is a vampire because he's 49. I'm thinking I'm 42. I'm thinking he's younger than me.
I just turned 49 on the 27th.
Okay, so
Cancer Nation.
If everybody out there, so whatever this man is doing, obviously is working because I was not expecting 49, but keep up the great work, brother. I do find this topic extremely interesting because the tantric living and the lifestyle and the sexual implications is something that a lot of people, is well known to a lot of people and very popular because you see the benefits of how this can affect relationships in addition to marriages. Do you, from the couples that you coach, you know, you come across and you've encountered a lot of men and women and, you know, how easy or even how difficult is it to make a transition from similarly, like I said earlier, straight up missionary, face-to-face with lights on to tantric intimacy? What is that transition like, you know, for some people? Because, you know, if no one has a concept of tantric sex, and they, like I said, they just been doing the regular old boring way for 20 plus years, what kind of transition is involved, you know, in making that leap from, you know, this other kind, this basic run-of-the-mill garden variety sex to now more deliberate and more energy-focused sex?
It starts with intention from both people. The intention has to be set, and the intention has to match each other. So if one person's intention is to make eye contact or to be more passionate or to go slow, and the other person's intent is to bang her out, it's not going to match. You know, so the transition happens in the bridge. And the bridge is eye contact. The bridge is taking your time, communication, consideration. These things form up the bridge from primal sex to, I won't even say tantric sex, because of two people in love having an intimate, passionate moment, they may not even be tantric, but they're having a tantric moment, whether they know it or not. You know, so that's the transition when both people are on the same accord, and you know, let's say they take the time to make that eye contact for more than 3 seconds while engaging in intimate sexual activity. You know, taking time while kissing, and you know, taking time to see how the bottom lip feels. You know, just it's the little things. You know what I mean? And asking questions. You know, I understand that sometimes asking questions can sour the mood, or especially if you ask the wrong question, you know, at the wrong time. But
may not be a good thing.
You will never know the right questions to ask until you get the wrong ones out. You gotta keep trying, because verbal orgasms are real. Mind orgasms are real. Women respond very, very well to mind fucking. I'll say that.
Damn right they do.
Yes, it's not all physical for us, and that's the way men translate sex. The majority of men, I'm sorry, the majority of men translate sex to a physical.
Just the physical,
act,
and that's it. Like,
you know what I mean? But
fellas, you got to get in that mind.
there's so much power in sexual energy, or sexual intention, or sexual verbatim. You know, that can go so far to, as you said in the beginning of the interview, getting them wet. You know, so that's the transition. It's just switching up the perception, and mainly for men to switch up the perception to match the woman's perception. Because what I'm describing is what most women, is how most women perceive the type of sex they want to be having. Eye contact, passion. You know, of course, yeah, they want to get it beat up every now and then, but you know, they are longing for the other frequency. It's a frequency. It's nothing's bad or good. Nothing's better or worse. Primal is not better or worse. It's just like light and dark. You got to have balance. It's duality. But we're abusing the primal. We're caught up in the primal. It's like life. When it's just a frequency. There are other frequencies, other levels to go to.
Okay. No, I've said that to myself. I've made that observation where it's better, sex is typically better when me and, you know, my woman, we have to be on the same page. It can't be one person wants to make love, other person wants to fuck. Then it's like, okay, how do we meet in the middle? Or does that mean someone will be disappointed? You know, one person wants to do one thing, the other person is, you know, expecting so much more intimacy or romance or expression. The other person just wants to beat it up and going back to work.
Sometimes women have those primal moments too, where
yes,
they just want to, especially nowadays. The more and more of them are living in their masculine energy, and you know they're tired of looking for something that ain't gonna be there. So it's like, I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it and see if I get better results.
Hey, look, you know, go for what you know. You know, I do know that. Like you said, the frequency has to be there. Otherwise, I mean, there's going to be static. There's going to be misalignment, which is all needed, which is all important, especially for some bomb, explosive, nirvana-like sex. You know, all that is essential. Before we cut out of here, again, the first video I did with you went very well. I anticipate this video is going to be just exceptional. There are going to be the subscribers out there and the viewers who want to get in contact with you and want to know where they're going to see you again. Do you have any events coming up, social media? You know, for the people out there that want a deeper understanding of this lifestyle, or even for the men who would like you to coach them as far as the physical fitness and conditioning, how can they get in contact with you?
Okay. All right, well, before I give that information, I have to share something with everybody that's watching. In May, I was hacked. And the page that I was developing for about 7 years was taken from me. I know this happens to a lot of people. I'm not special. I understand, but it's the first time it's happened to me, so I'm expressing my truth about the situation because it happened on social media, and I have to share my truth with social media, because now this has become, and I hate to say this, a trigger for me now. That page, I didn't buy any followers or anything like that. I just shared my lifestyle and myself with people, and people accepted it, you know. And I made some connections that, you know, I think I may have lost. Maybe I'll find them again. But since that's happened, I've been shying away from social media, you know, I guess until I can heal from it, I guess, you know. But I have created 2 new pages, and I'm back in the saddle. I just wanted to share that because I've been trying to get Instagram to just take the page down, just to I don't even want the page back because it's been since May. You know, this guy's asking people for money, and he's trying to get into their accounts too. Instagram will not close this account. You know, so everybody watching, if you could just report the page that you have been following. He changed the name by putting an underscore and a dot.
I've seen that a lot. They usually take the same name, put an underscore.
He put an underscore and a dot in front of Yoni Whisperer 1. So the page that has been hacked is underscore dot Yoni Whisperer 1. If you could report that page, I need a mass report of this page. Hopefully,
we'll include the link in the description.
Hopefully, hopefully Instagram will finally listen and just take the page down. But that's done. Now the page that is active is this page. Yoni underscore Whisperer 1, as well as 1 Yoni Whisperer. Those are my 2 pages. Yoni underscore Whisperer 1 and 1 Yoni Whisperer. And my website is Sexual Yoni Healing.
SexualUniHealing.com.
Yes.
And everybody, these links will be in the description. So I just click on the description and scroll down. You can click on it easily and find it really quickly. So, but we'll definitely ask the subscribers to go and report the original page. I mean, whoever has hacked it, you know, we want to get them reported and get them discovered. So. And
I will be performing at Sex Down South this year.
Okay.
I'm really excited about that.
Do you know the dates of the conference?
I do. September 8th.
Boom.
September 8th. So, you know, just stay tuned on the pages, and you go to Sex Down South on Instagram. They'll be posting, you know, what details you need, you know, to come. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. You know, that's going to be a great show.
Everybody, if make sure you cop some tickets to this year's Sex Down South. You need an opportunity to see what I've seen, see this man in action, see his demonstrations, because again, what I saw cannot be faked. It just can't. That was real wetness I saw. That was real.
People thinking it's being faked? What's up?
You know, some people don't have that mindset like, well, that can't be real. Like, no, that was real. That I saw that woman. She caught the Holy Ghost. She caught something. Yeah, she was making some audible noises. I'm like, yeah, she's somewhere. She's somewhere not present right now, but
all
she
I
is.
did was whisper to her.
Okay, bro. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Brother, thank you again. This has truly been an honor. Thank you for giving me the sequel. And, you know, I want people to understand more about this topic. I want people to understand what it is you do and the benefits. Not only their day-to-day lifestyle, but even their intimate lives, because it is beneficial. So everybody, make sure you follow this man. Make sure you hit him up. Make sure you cop some tickets to Sex Down South 2022. He will be there. You may see me somewhere in the crowd with my camera. So if you see me, just holler.
All right.
As always, make sure you like, drop a comment, and subscribe to this channel. We're dropping new content every week. And until next time, everybody, this is Troy Vaughn, also known as Trey Amazing, and we are signing off. Peace.